unit, and then the other guy will be an infantry division and a cavalry division. So the infantry, the scenario is this: is the Spanish high command, as ingenious as they are, they discovered that the Vistula Legion, which is synonymous for badasses, okay, have taken a forward position. So the Spanish army is coming up to take them out, but not realizing that there's another 3 divisions of French coming up.
Okay.
Very simply put, you have all regulars, foot guns. The Vistula has no cavalry, but they're all elites, and they're elite lancers. And then on this side, you have cavalry. You have...
These are coming out later, though, right?
Well, they're going to just be way in the back.
Way in the back, okay.
Yeah. But they can play right away. You have King Joseph's first Spanish Chousers. They're going to be second rate. And then you have 2 regular Chousers, which will be regular, standard light horse cavalry. And then you have the... yeah, here it is. The second Hussars, which will be elite.
Right. Alright. I guess I'm sitting on this side, so I will be this division over here. 2 or 3 regiments of 6 battalions all total.
Yeah, so the whoever gets the cav will be behind the trees. They cannot go through the trees, though, just so you know.
Okay.
Right. They love the open country.
Yes.
And then what about these commanders here? I got looks like 3 levels.
Okay, this is your division commander. Right. This is an this is not an illustrious leader. If you roll a 6 during your division morale, you can attach him to one of your line units.
Okay, and then that's...
This is the overall CNC.
That's the big man. All right.
The big man. Okay, when I told him there was, Charles, there is one little surprise in store for you guys.
Okay.
For the Spanish. There's a division that's not on the board that you guys don't know where it's at. But it should be amusing. Trust me.
It usually is. That time I attacked you on the hill, that was pretty awesome. That was Spanish and French too, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I've got all my units in blue are the new Spanish uniforms. So they're all second-rate units. Then I have the traditional Spanish uniform, which with bicorn. They're going to be regulars, and then I do have a couple consolidated grenadier units. And then for the final enjoyment, I have my militia.
It should be fun.
Very fun. I don't know who it's more fun for, you guys or for me. So.
Well, probably yes.
Kai played the militia. Yeah. That was he played the one time and he had some militia man, and his only units that he lost was militia from just running away, just plain running away. He's like, what the heck, dude? I'm like, yeah, you know.
Is he rolling a bunch of 6s or something?
It's Spanish.
Dice. Oh, you brought your tape measure.
Yeah, I brought my own tape measure, my own dice, and my own markers, so...
You want your yellow Spanish dice, or do you have your own? How many dice you think?
Actually, you don't need a lot. For this, you only need 1 dice for combat. Maybe a couple marker dice.
Balls, but I do have these little orange, yellow... here.
So what it's writing.
We'll put them there for you to be readily accessible.
I got 1 unit of dragoons. That actually are the Royal dragoons. So they're actually dragoons. The rest is all second-rate cav. You'll see there's nothing really special about this.
Right. Well, yeah, it was funny though. In LaSalle, the Spanish actually did great because they to beat the Spanish, you had to win decisively, which meant you had to break the army, and at the time that you broke them, you had to have more pursuit cavalry than Spanish, which was next to impossible because the Spanish had like huge numbers of pursuit cavalry, and so they could always cover their retreat. And so you couldn't play for a stalemate with the Spanish; you had to go for the decisive win.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good though. Is it?
I don't know. It was it was a fun game to play for a while, but it was really wonky. And the thing I didn't like about it, I don't know how this game's gonna handle it, but you could cram battalions in column up against lines, and and overwhelm them with numbers, where it got to the point where there was almost no reason to go into line. Because you don't have the interplay where line are better at defending. You have greater firepower than a column, but you're not as maneuverable. And then the column, attack column is more maneuverable. You don't have the firepower. But in that game, it paid to stay in attack column the whole time.
Attack column is for moving and attacking the enemy.
Right.
Line is truly in this game is defense, because if let's say I don't know who's going to be the Vistula, but if I charge you, you can stop me cold in my tracks.
Right, yeah. Certainly one battalion on one line, that's true. But like I say, in those rules, you could have like 2 battalions, like this, crammed together, attacking the line at once. Now you got them at 2-to-1.
And you can do that
ridiculous.
too.
Well,
you can do that too. But here's the issue: is that
if the penalty for that though?
No, if the defensive fire stops, if fire stops, it stops all of the attack.
Okay.
So you have a chance to.
Yeah, because in LaSalle, at most what you could do is you could shoot at one of the opposing battalions, and you'd be lucky to get 1 disruption out of 4 on them. So just a little bit of fatigue on them, and then. But then, of course, when you go to resolving the combat, you're rolling like 2 dice per base and then -1 die per disruption. And you're rolling for like 5s or 6s or successes. And if the attacker beats the defender decisively, the defender's just picked up. But if the attacker loses decisively, at most he takes 1 disruption per attacking unit, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's
I think you'll like this, man.
I hope I do. Yeah. Because. I do like simplicity.
If you like songs, you'll like
this.
This is a very simple system, although, like, if somebody knows the rules, it makes it a lot easier, period.
Oh, shoot.
There are 3 types of orders: attack orders, defend orders, and timed orders. The command era. What's a command era?
What was it say?
It says, when giving attack orders,
the Army General must draw a command arrow for it. Yeah, I think if it's anything like the original game, is you're supposed to have a map, and you draw an arrow indicating where your commands are going to be moving.
It's very simple as this, is that, okay, wherever your infantry is, say where it's going. Yeah. Wherever your cavalry is going, say where it's going. You don't have to tell me, but just, if all of a sudden your cavalry was going to go this way and you're like, uh-oh, they need help over here, you need to do a change of orders.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I mean, just do a gentleman game. I mean, there's no reason to slow it down.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my piece. My militia. 9 battalions. I think that's it. Okay, so 1, 2.
It's all about the flags. Did I tell you about the 28 millimeters Napoleonics I picked up at Historicon?
No.
I got like a tray full. Guy was selling for like $1 a piece.
And then you pick up some more like Prussians individually.
Yeah. I love what Robert South.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, we got here and I was like, where's my Napoleonics?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Susan and I are taking some ballroom dancing lessons.
That's cool. Where are you taking?
Fort Mill, actually, off of exit 88 there. A little dance studio off to the
What's the name of it?
oh, it's like Dance USA or something like that.
I know a girl who teaches that. That's why I was asking.
Oh, yeah?
I'm trying to remember
What's her name?
Marie Izzo.
Oh, yeah. We have our instructor is Gabriella. She's Peruvian.
Sounds pretty.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we're... Susan and I have talked about it a long time. Susan was doing the research. Oh, we just got some gutters on our house today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I knew you were talking about that.
Yeah, so she set it up, and guys came out and put gutters up, and then they fixed our garage door, too. Because it wasn't running too smoothly.
Okay, so Charles, here's your division commander. You want to be 12 inches from him.
Okay.
I'll have you set up here, so somewhere in that vicinity. And I assume you're advancing then, so.
For sure, yeah.
So, and I guess you're taking the Vistula.
Right, yeah, you take the Vistula Legion defending up the...
That's
the
the
Vistula
siege.
Legion is this... See their flags?
Oh, okay.
They're basically Polish soldiers in French service. So
Are they in the town?
you got a battalion in the town.
This one is in the town.
Okay.
That's one of the objectives.
You got a battalion in the town, and then you got 3 battalions outside with some Vistula Legion Lancers on the right hand side.
That's very interesting. I just assumed that you would take the Spanish in a defensive position instead of an attacking position.
Yeah, but you guys don't know the rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Steve is being very sporting.
How's that sound?
Yes. I have some leisure.
What do you want your... these guys get some...
in the voltage.
And what is,
These are
are with
skirmishers. Yeah, they got to be base to base. So, you know, they're base to base.
Okay.
C'est très bien.
Maybe there.
Well, they're going to be with your division, so...
This division?
Yeah.
Is
So
that
you need to pull these guys back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Like right about... Kind of like on line with him. And you want to put him in column formation, yeah. Okay. I'm going to say... Just for movement purposes, I'm going to give each one of your two divisions 2 Voltigeurs, skirmishers.
Yes.
But then your Vistula Legion, we're just going to say they pulled in, if that's okay.
Sure.
Perfect.
And the 2 guns, I'm sorry, go together too.
Ah.
That's 1 battery. Okay, so the way this works is the first thing that will happen is we'll have artillery that goes off. The artillery, the way the artillery works is we all have foot guns, so it's all the same. Canister is 12 inches. Plus 6, so it's 18 inches is effective, and then finally long range is 24.
Yeah.
You have to be you can fire, but then you can't move.
Okay.
So you kind of
choice: shoot or move. Yeah.
Yes. So but there's only artillery fire to begin with, and there's a chart here if you want to take a look at it. So artillery fire is the very first thing. And then after that is going to be initiative. We'll roll 1 die for each division. And so what happens is whoever has the higher initiative gets to go first. And it's by division. So you might have some guys going first, some guys going second. It could be all scattered. The attacker will always take the lead initiative, and I'm attacking. If you get a 6, You can take away a red pom-pom, a white pom. You have the pom-poms, right?
Those okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking of pom-poms, but that's okay. He knows the pom-poms.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
The pom-poms you use for the...
Oh, for the skirmish game.
Yeah, the little balls.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We can use this. So the red will be a kill. And we'll use the orange as basically a stagger.
Okay.
Stagger just basically disrupts them. Yeah, so they're not as effective as usual. So then after initiative, if you roll a 6, therefore, you can either do one of 3 things. You can take your illustrious leader, attach him to any of your line units, not including artillery.
Right.
But any line unit, so cav, whatever.
Yeah.
You can take away a red one, which is a kill, and an orange one, which is a stagger. Only one of each.
All right.
And then what ends up happening is then whoever goes first moves first. And that's really the bulk of the initiative, is really who moves first. Because you can end up charging, getting into situations where the opponent can't enjoy, basically. So that's movement. Movement is 6 inches for column, 4 inches for in line. Okay, and cavalry can go 12 inches. There's no charge.
Okay.
So there's no...
So just when you're going into combat, it's 12 inches.
It's 12 inches. Yeah. So that's movement. Then after you do your movement, in charges are declared or whatever else, boom, you move into combat. What's then going to happen is firing. So when you charge, what ends up happening is if I'm this far away, I can go 6 inches. I'm going to go 3 inches because I'm charging you.
Right.
Then you get your defensive fire.
Yeah.
And then if I... Well, actually, no. You charge all the way in. I apologize. You charge all the way in. If you stop me, then I pull back a little distance.
Okay. So basically the sequence is you would move into contact, I get defensive fire,
Yes.
and then we resolve the combat if you're still there.
Yep. So in the way the shooting works, it will be skirmishers, then defensive fire, and then regular volley fire.
Okay.
If you move, you cannot fire into a melee.
Okay.
Because you're moving while they're charging. So if you're stationary, you can fire into a charging melee. Combat, it doesn't go round to round, it's over.
Right.
If there's a draw, you keep on rolling until they die.
Until somebody dies.
And then finally, the last part is going to be a morale phase. And then
Yeah.
you're going to basically take away any staggers or if your division's depleted and everything else. The key is 33% kills is a first test, 50% is the second test, and that one is either a demoralized division or the division breaks if at 50%. 75%, it's automatically gone.
Right. Okay.
Now, to give you the idea of morale, so you guys all have regular,
Right.
elite, 1 second rate, and 2 regulars.
Yeah.
If it's a regular, that's the standard base, it's 4. Everything's based on a 4.
Right.
Elite is 5. Second rate is 3.
Guards are like 6. Right?
Yeah, we have no guards though. Militia potentially is a 2, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. What ends up happening then is if I'm shooting you, so I got a unit in line, I'm going to roll a die. Now, in case there's any modifiers, like, hey, you're in a town or whatever else, typically there's not a ton of modifiers, but if there are, you roll the die, and if I get a 5 or a 6, it counts as a kill.
Right, because it's over my normal...
Well, 5 and 6 is always a kill.
It's always a kill. Okay.
Okay, now, if you equal or beat their morale, it's considered a stagger.
Okay.
So a stagger and a kill is different.
Alright, okay, so yeah, so for a line unit, a 4 is a stagger, 5 or 6 is a kill. If it's militia, 2, 3, or 4 is a stagger, 5 or 6 is a kill.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Well, and 5 and a 6 is still a stagger too. So you get
It's
both.
a stagger and a kill?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so if I charge you though, these are my second rate guys. If I charge you, you roll defensive fire.
Alright,
Bam,
so
you hit a 3.
So that's
no
stagger.
kills. You stagger me, you stopped me.
Okay.
And I'm pinned basically, doing nothing. And that's how it works.
Very straightforward. Okay.
Melee. If there's any modifiers, of course, what happens is, there's a couple modifiers, but basically the end result is if I get into combat with you, I'm going to roll a die, and let's say I've got 2 units to give you your example. Yeah. You missed. Now, you don't have to do defensive fire.
Right.
So, let's say you go, I'm not going to do defensive fire. If you do defensive fire and you miss it, let's say you roll a 2.
Right.
Okay, then you're blown. You have a blown marker. You have a -1 to your combat.
Oh, okay.
Because
there is an incentive to withhold your fire to better your chances in actual melee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now what's going to happen is you're going to have a 5. Mm-hmm. That's your base.
Because they're elite. Yeah.
I'm going to have a 3, and I'm going to have a 3.
Right.
And what I'm going to do then is roll 2 dice. This one, okay, so I got a total of a 5. This one's another 5. You roll the die.
I got a 3.
I got 8.
Right.
And so you beat my 3. So I fall back my 6 inches or whatever your formation is.
Right.
I've got 3 kills divided out between both units. It's my choice.
Right.
They're both staggered, and on top of it, they have. Do you have another marker, maybe a different color?
Yeah.
No.
What do you want, Mike?
Yeah, we can just use one of those chips. These chips, one of those chips is fine. This will be the chip of death. And what that means is then at the end of the turn, because I fell back or I broke, I'm going to have to roll my morale then. So I'm going to roll. I got a 2. Okay, I'm good. So morale for yourself is always less.
Right.
For the opponent,
so the more elite you are, the easier it is to pass your morale.
Yeah. So I'm good. But if I rolled a 5, boom, gone.
Okay.
Battalion's gone.
Well. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. See what happens.
Okay. So I will begin. Okay. I am effective range on your cavalry. And if I can just see the chart, I don't think there's any modifier. Artillery, foot. Target is in column or square. No. Canister fire. Skirmishers. Canister. Target. Fortified. Nope. Reversal. Nope. Okay. So regular ball shot. I'm going to fire. I need a 5 or a 6 to do a kill. 5. So I got a kill. That matches your morale, which is a 5. So you get 1. And we said orange was staggered too, right? So you got a kill and a stagger. So what that means is now, for combat purposes, you're going to have, if you go into combat me and I got a fresh unit, you're going to take a -1 for the kill because you have more kills than me. And because you're staggered, it'll bring you down to a 3 then, is your base score. Okay? Now, at the end of the turn, you can roll off your stagger, though. Okay. As long as you're not within my frontage of 4 inches. Okay? Okay, so I fired there. My next one is 13 inches as well. I'm not going to fire it. Okay, and nobody else's artillery is in range. So, if you just want to roll a die for each division then, and this is just to see who goes. Okay, so you got a 4, so put a 4 next to your commander. Your commander's over there. And then 1 for your Vistula, too.
What?
Which really has no effect. 4. 3. And then you roll 1 for the cav, too.
Oh, 1 for the cav. Alright. 4.
Okay, so you have a 6. Obviously, you're not going to take anything off of any of the ping pong, so I would choose a unit that you want to add him. What that guy will do is add a +1 in hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. This guy right here.
And now he's permanently attached. There's no moving him.
Got it.
Unless the unit dies, then obviously.
Right. Then he's a free agent.
Okay, so 6, you guys go first.
Alright, so I know the skirmishers go 6.
Yes.
Now what about going up through...
See the chart?
To the...
Yeah, we're going to say that's just elevated but easy movement.
Yeah.
See the chart?
And skirmishers can go 6,
6
and
inches.
your wait one sorry. And your foot guns can go should be 6 as well.
Inches, yeah. Yeah, because they're not heavy foot guns. So probably like 9-pounders or something.
Yeah. And there's heavy guns in this game too.
Right. Yeah, those 12-pounders.
And just so you know, the division commander really has no meaning besides being a marker.
Just looks pretty.
Yeah. And you have to be within 12 inches of them, so.
Yeah. Se puede bien. Okay, that's my. Alright, that's my division over here.
Okay. Any 5s?
Yep.
Okay, 4s. Tackier is gonna. Well, actually, we can all go because it's not gonna have any impact on each other. So.
6.
Yeah. If I can only make one recommendation, the biggest mistake people make is they mask their guns.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
you cannot fire through your own guys.
Let loose in the sides.
Can I go 6 inches diagonal? Is there any reduction?
No, you're gonna for every inch you wheel,
It's like a step over, right?
it's 2 inches of movement.
Okay, so 2 and then 4. And the skirmishers can move 6 any direction, right? There's no penalty.
No, yeah, skirmishers are kind of free agents. Nobody has any rifle skirmishers. Well, which makes sense for the French for sure, but
We just stand so you can face weapons.
okay, I'm gonna move with the 3s because it doesn't impact anything.
Four's done.
Okay, 3's done. Yeah, I think I based everything. Wait, you might be able to see. No, I rebased all my Spanish, but if you see them on the medium bases, they're the exact same width,
Right.
but it just with the 4 bases for some reason it just looks. I don't know. It looks like mass cavalry from my direction. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's all
Which is
visual.
great for Cuirassier or Carabinier, but for like chasseurs and hussars, it's kind of nice to have them staggered.
Yeah, I'm done. Your 1 can go if you want to do anything.
I would like to fire.
Just movement right now.
Just movement?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. Shooting. You don't want to charge with your cavalry?
Can I with a casualty and a stagger?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the end result is you start out with a 5.
Right.
You're going to go down to a 4, a 3, but then your lancers against infantry, which will bring you back up to 4. Okay. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to do a hasty square. Let's see. It says hasty square. What's the different distance?
I don't know if it's on this one or on this side. Melee modifiers. Here, let me see if I can get where that is here.
Hey, do you want me to make a copy of that real quick?
Yeah, if you could, that would be great.
Yeah.
I wonder, where are you going to get a copy machine?
Four to 8 inches plus 1. Okay, so I have a negative to my die roll.
Okay.
So I have to do 3 or less, which now turns into basically a 2 or less.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to take it like a man.
Yeah. Take it on the chin, you mean?
Yeah.
Did I win?
Yes, game's over. No. We're just getting started here.
Alright.
So where's this hasty square over here? Right here. Oh, hasty formation change. Here we go. Hasty square. Infantry charged by cavalry in trying to form square. Hasty formation changes are not mandatory. Roll equal to or less than frontal MR, which is what, 2?
Alright.
Oh, 3. Okay, yeah. So you got to roll 3 or less.
But then if you look, there's distances.
Oh, I see.
He's about 6 inches, so I have to add plus 1 to the die roll.
Okay.
Which would therefore mean 2 or less I need.
Right.
I didn't think that was very good odds.
Okay, yeah. So the further away he is, the easier it is for you to roll. Yeah, because you're adding 1 to your die roll. So you got to roll 1 or 2. Gotcha. Alright.
So I'm going to take it like a man.
Alright.
So you're charging?
Yep. Wow. No square?
No, I was. If I fail it, I'm even worse off.
Yeah, because units may not move or shoot, and neither give nor receive flank or rear support.
Now I
can stagger.
Oh, I can't fire. I'm in column. Damn it. Dang. I'm taking it totally like a man. Okay, so you're a 5 right now. Is your base. So here you go. You're a 5.
Right.
I'm a 3. Okay. You're. I play a house rule, if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
Not at all.
House rule is we take a -1 if you're infantry if you don't form square.
Okay.
Because during that time period,
you don't have to explain. Yeah, I know it's.
I think you understand this.
Right. Infantry versus cavalry are at a disadvantage.
So I've got a 2 now.
Right.
You're a 5, a 4, 5, 4, 3 because of this, this, and this. But then you're a 4 because you're lancers. Okay. So roll a die. Roll a 1, dude. Thank you.
That's the way to.
2, still not good enough. Wait, you had 5 to my 4.
Yeah.
Automatically broken because it's cav. Gone.
Boom.
It's pretty awesome. You roll a 1.
Okay, you can continue. Do you want to continue?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. After the guns.
Okay, now your lancers do not get an advantage on that. It's 3 to 3 then.
I'm changing dice.
3 is a 5.
So 5, I beat you by 3.
Okay.
So that's 3, 4 kills now. You're 1 away from breaking.
So each one above is a hit, like
Yep.
kill, right?
Oh, you have 3 already. 3. So
That's not good.
you had to mess around with the gun. And you have the Black Pom-Pom of Death. Shooting. I kind of skipped a step, sorry. The only shooting that I think is there is Skirmishers. Because it's over 4. Skirmishers fire at 6. So I need a... skirmisher fire is like normal firing. I need a 5 or a 6. Nope, miss. And this one, 5 or a 6, miss. And so what happens is the first time you hit him, if there's no stagger on him, it's a stagger.
Yeah.
Then if there's already a stagger, it becomes a kill.
Right.
Okay. And other than that, I think that's it.
So the skirmishers are the only ones with rifles, or?
We're 6 inches because they're skirmishers.
Yeah. We don't have the 9-tooth rifles.
Shit.
Okay.
Chosen man.
Anybody need to change their orders?
Well, I think I'd probably want to change these guys from going to here to going in this direction here.
Okay.
All right. So,
your aide de camp is you're going to need a 5 or 6 is good. A 3, 4, 4 means it's going to be half the distance, and then a 1 or a 2 is a failure.
Fails.
Fails. He has 3 aide de camp, so you can do 2 more tries.
All right. 6. All right.
So that moves. He moves. Where's my? I think it's 18 inches. He moves. But let me check.
18 inches from the big man.
Yes. So infantry. ADCs. I'm sorry. 16 inches from the big man.
All right. So that gets them only out to here.
Yep. So next turn.
Next turn, these guys will have... Well, of course, by that time, they'll be here, and they're like, oh, yeah, you gotta go that way. All right, that makes sense.
But now you don't have to move the full move.
Yeah.
So you can go 6 inches.
Yeah, gentlemen, they're riding hard to get into the position to see the Spanish.
Well, yeah, but according to the rules, though, is you just have to have forward movement following your arc, which would be half going...
Well, we'll say that we'll get up to where it will be at 16 inches from, and then they'll meet the aide-de-camp on the way.
Okay. Okay. Black Pom-Pom of Death, which is your little marker.
Yes.
You want to roll a... for me, for my sake, I want you to roll a 6. But you need to roll anything but a 6 for your sake.
1.
Okay, so you're good. So you survive it.
I like that.
Your stagger goes away because you rallied. But you still have 4 kills on you. Okay?
So I take it kills can never be rallied off. It's only staggers.
Yeah. But unless you roll a 6 on your division initiative.
Okay. Then you get 1.
Then you can take off win. Yes. Okay. Artillery. Let's see if we can finish them off. 5 or 6. Come on, baby. 5 or 6. 6. They're gone.
Man.
That unit scares me, okay? So I'm really happy things played out that way.
You just got more room to deploy your division.
Okay.
I'm happy to get to play some Lancers. I've always wanted to see them in combat. So.
Hey, they wiped out that unit in no time, man, that first one. Okay, my artillery fire, I'm now in canister range. I'm foot, so I need a 3 or a 6. If I roll a 6, it's equal to 2 kills. 1, nothing. Okay, that's artillery. You can't fire. Yeah, if you want to, well, your skirmishers are in the way, so. Yeah. Well, actually, no. You can fire bolt shot through skirmishers, so. If you want to deploy them right now, because typically when you move, they automatically deploy. So if you want to just deploy them facing...
So if I deploy them, can I hit those guys in the hills or come across here? I have a feeling we're going to try to sweep around this way.
You have 24 inches, you can't even hit my skirmishers, which ball shot will do nothing to them.
Okay.
But, or you can keep on moving. Like if you notice, I moved him up so I can get him in canister.
Okay.
This one, I just want to take out that cav.
Yeah. Does deploying take that turn? And then unlimited?
No. There's no penalty for... You just, if you fire... You can't move later that turn.
Okay.
So honestly, it's for long range. You're going to need a 6 to do a kill. I don't think it's really worth it to you, man. The way I play artillery, I want to get them up.
Okay.
But that's how I play.
Yep. And I'm going to do that because I have learned that. Yeah. And the more I play, the more the artillery goes forward. Yeah. It's usually you think it's like artillery World War II or something like that. Okay. No. I'm going to get moving. Direct fire.
Okay, let's roll division morale.
All right.
I mean, division initiative.
Oops. Alright. So you have to say 4 again.
5.
And see, division has a 5.
5. I didn't fill up last time. 3. Same thing last time. Okay, any 6s? Okay, 5. I don't think we're going to impact each other, so the 5s can go forward. Dude, I just have this little tiny division that's coming at you, dude. It's also my best one.
I figured.
2 Grenadier units. Wheel 1 inch, actually just a half an inch. It's 1 inch, so 5 more inches. You can now fire at my skirmishers, but not my columns yet.
So it's 4 inches from musket. 4 inches from volley.
Yeah, 4 inches for volley fire, or regular musket, except skirmishers. So that's going to be a 1 inch wheel. So that's...
Kind of would be so jealous.
Yeah.
2, so 4 inches.
He loves shaking.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I'll tell you my strategy is I'm trying to avoid the town because you got too many. It's too hard for me, so I'm trying to break your division.
Right.
If I can break your division, then the guy will run away anyway. But okay, so that's bullshit. Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna move the artillery up next turn. I'm gonna fire. Okay, still it's at 4 inches. Okay. Okay, so that's the 5s, 4s. Did I move these guys already? I did. Okay. So your 2 can go then. Oh, one thing, just as an FYI, the French have a superpower.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, skirmishers have no problem doing those words. With that said, it is you can move and then form it, change into line, which is a huge advantage because, like these guys, I'm moving them forward. In the next turn, I'm gonna have to stop and have them form
line. Spend a turn forming line.
So where the French, if it looks like they're gonna get bogged down in an assault, they can actually form line and get into a, you know, whereas. It just sucks for everybody else.
Yeah.
6 inches?
I just moved forward.
By the way, I forgot to tell you the Spanish superpower is on all division morale tests, we actually have a -1, which makes it easier for us to break. So, just want to pass that on.
That's a superpower, huh?
But they're fun. The thing I like about Peninsula is really the French, except when Napoleon was in there, most of the time the French sucked.
Right.
And the Spanish was just absolute diarrhea. So it's like crap versus diarrhea. What do you want? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's keep going here.
Okay. Okay, so we moved. Shooting. So skirmishers are going to go first. Right here. First one. No. That one. Miss. Okay. It's firing back.
Okay. Is it 1 die per stand or?
Yeah, 1 die. 1 die per battalion.
Okay. 2, nothing. Right. You needed a 3.
No, this is skirmishers. You need a 6 to kill them.
Okay. Right. These guys over there.
6 gone.
Yeah,
whole
good
one.
shooting.
And this one can fire in a 360, so you can fire it at the skirmishers there too. With your unit inside. You can't fire at anybody else because you're only 4 inches. You're out of range. Oh my god!
Awesome.
What you get for taking out my lancers?
And I screwed up on my movement. You're actually clipping me. So you get to roll for that unit as well. So 5 or 6.
What?
And a miss. Okay. And these guys, well, you already took them out, so. I think that's it, right? Everybody agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so your change of formation came in. And any morale, skirmishers don't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 more unit, you're at 33%. 2 more units, you'll be at 50%. Which I don't really think you need to worry about that too much. At least I hope. Okay. That's it. Okay, next round.
So change orders and send ABCs, right?
Yeah, do you want to change? I'm sorry. He already did his.
I changed
You
mine,
need
too.
to change yours?
No.
Okay. And there's no morale. Nobody's staggered. Nobody's. So it's a pretty clean round. So. Okay. Artillery. I'm not going to fire with him this time, but I will fire with him.
Okay.
And you're still moving, right?
I'd like to deploy. Or is
Well, you would have deployed last turn. That's why I kept on asking you if you're going to fire next.
No, that's okay.
You can deploy right now. It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
You move basically and deploy every turn.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to fire, go ahead.
I'll fire there.
I think you're effective. I'll be surprised if. Oh, you're canister. That sucks. Now, here's the deal: is if you fire canister, you only get to hit that unit. If you fire
bounce.
ball shot, you get the bounce.
Okay. Where are the? Is it a heavy foot or a foot?
Just regular foot. So 3 to 6, I guess they get a hit, right?
For a canister, or 5, 6, and then a 5 or 6 for the unit behind it. Okay.
6. Okay. Roll again for the one behind it.
Mm-hmm.
4. That's a miss.
Yeah, it's a miss, but it's still staggered. Because my morale's 3, so.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. That one's 4, but you still got it. So. Okay, my artillery firing canister.
Where'd you get this chart? This QRS.
It's in the book.
I didn't see it.
No. Maybe it's off the website or something.
I've actually looked for it before online and I couldn't find it.
It was supposed to come with the book. But I think this one was online because it was 15. They based theirs on 25 millimeter. So your movement's a lot quicker.
Oh, okay.
So. Okay, my canister sucked. Division initiative. So roll a die for each division. Jeez, 1, 2.
4 up here.
2. Oh my gosh.
The infantry division is a 1. That crucial moment.
So these guys are all 1, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, the best die roll on the table is the Vistula. What would you like to do?
Fire. Or are we
It's just movement.
No movement.
No movement. Okay, so you're stationary. 3s, 2s.
So if I move, I can't fire, right? So if I kind of react as far as backing up and going to more of a line.
No, you can still move and fire.
And is there any negative
It's
effect?
artillery that can't move and fire.
Yes.
So I want to wheel and back up 2 inches. I heard it wrong.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, then you're not going to be within range of fire.
Okay.
And then I'll be able to charge you anyway.
So what's the direction here? Is it 45 out of the front?
Yeah, so you just wheel like that.
Yep. That sounds good.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. That's why initiative is crucial. Because I was outside your flank lines, you couldn't fire me. It wouldn't have been a minus on your morale because I wasn't on the opposite of your flank, but I was outside your flank hitting you, so you wouldn't be seeing me hit you per se. Okay, 2s are next. Well, I have no choice.
So that's required once you're within a certain distance of each other.
Well, I'm on offense, so I mean I gotta keep on.
Pressing forward.
That's my.
It's playing pretty quick.
That's why I love these rules.
Yeah.
Is they're gonna go.
I like them.
It's 8:30 right now.
The slowest part is actually us talking.
Yeah.
Or me talking. Okay, this guy hits you on the other side of your flank line, so you can't stop him.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 2. My 2s are done. And then I have 1s. Oh, he moved.
Is pre-measuring allowed?
Yeah. Okay, reform. 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 And that's all I get to do. And these guys. Well, I guess I go first because you're a 1-2.
Skirmish to skirmish. Maybe I should stay back.
It all depends.
Falling. Wow, this guy's been good. The braids, little braids on their uniforms on their chests.
Cross belts are it's nicely neat.
Yeah.
Paint job with like a black lining or.
Okay, your move.
Oh, the guy in the green jacket though, he's got some nice lace on his jacket. It's nice.
So you said they can move and deploy?
As long as you're outside of 4 inches.
As long as you're outside of 4 inches from the enemy.
From the enemy.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not in your zone of command, Colin.
Oh, okay.
You've got a unit blocking that
if
zone.
the friendly, okay, so they can do it under cover of their friends.
Yeah. It's
okay.
basically, you don't want to do a hasty formation change right in front of the enemy.
Right.
Now, other units can do it. Do a hasty formation change, but then you're rolling the die.
Right.
Well, anybody can do that, including the French, but... Skirmishers don't count to any combat, though. So you know.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
Charles?
they-
Like, it doesn't count to your division strength. So if you lose them, like you're concerned about how far you pull up.
Now, I'm concerned about putting them in an effective position, so I was thinking about coming over here and shooting you from the side so you couldn't really shoot back. Kind of coming over here.
Okay. Oh, I learned something.
Yeah, you can have a board meeting tomorrow and they're like, man, why is the phone not working and the computer not working?
And I probably just made Charles have a bad day. Now, what's coming your way?
Yeah.
I had a feeling something was coming.
9 battalion division. In the woods.
Oh, that's a surprise.
And most of the time when units pop up, you're going to declare that they're coming on the board basically the turn before, so that
Right.
like you see smoke and stuff.
Right.
But you're not going to get the advantage this time because they're militia, being led by El Castador, the castrator
Yeah.
himself.
Oh, okay.
So
The castrator. Hey, was this supposed to be on there, or is that just laying on the board?
that was just on the board. That's your black marker of death.
Oh, Lord! My skirmishers are surrounded. That's not good.
Oh, don't worry. You'll have fun with these. You really were. It's more scary just because of how large it is. It's a 9 battalion division.
Now I gotta react to that.
But it couldn't happen to a better person like you, Charles. Like, all the backstabbing you do and killing people's leaders the first time they play a game.
Yeah. Like when we did Simon Comes in Time of Lockdale, that was good.
Yeah, it was like, I saw his leader up there and I was like, oh, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, at Historicon, Chris, or Steve, sorry, I bought a bunch of 25mm French and Indian War British